Hey everybody, right now I am driving to my parents' house to see my new niece. Yes, my brother and his wife had a baby girl, and I'm going to meet her. They're living in Texas right now, so I don't know, the baby is a few months old. My mom made food for us. We're all vegan, well, except for my sister. So it'll be kind of just like it was when I was younger, eating at my parents' house. They didn't support me when I first went vegan. Well, when I first went vegetarian, I was 14 years old. They didn't support me at all. And I kind of learned to make my own food. That's when I started cooking. Actually, I started being interested in cooking when I was even younger than that. I remember having a little kid's cookbook. It was actually the Bernstein Bears cookbook. And I remember, even though it was a cartoon, the cookies that they made looked so good, and I just had to make them. And that's when I was really, really young. So, but I started cooking my own food when I was 14. They didn't support me, but that didn't stop me. Once I put my mind to something, I just stuck with it. I guess I don't really know how I did it, I just did it. I wasn't really thinking about my health at that point. I was just thinking about food to eat. So I would make things like rice, cereal, pasta. When I went vegan, I was 18. My younger brothers both went vegetarian. So at that point, my parents were kind of forced to say, hey, this is a thing, it's not going away. So they started supporting us and making vegetarian food at least, and later vegan food. And it's kind of funny because back then I used to call everything Go Vegan, like, oh, is that Go Vegan? And then I kind of shortened it to, is that Go? Is that spaghetti sauce? Is that Go? Meaning as a vegan. And that kind of caught on to my mom, and I'd have friends over and she'd be like, Chris, now I made the spaghetti sauce, one for us, and then the other one is all Go for you guys. And she'd label everything Go. My friends thought that was pretty funny. I think it's funny now. She'd say that, and around me and some of my friends, we would know what she meant, but other people would look at her and be like, what the hell are you talking about, lady? You know, we'd be somewhere, like, I don't know, some event, and she'd be like, oh, Chris, just so you know, the potatoes and the beans, they're all Go. And people be like, what are you talking about? What do you mean they're Go? Oh, that's just, my son is vegan, and that's what he calls vegan food. Later on, I was fully supported by my parents. So now, whenever we go over there, or the holidays, or birthdays, or whatever, there'll definitely be vegan food that she makes. My dad was one of those stubborn guys that would never eat vegan food. And I mean, he was so stubborn that if my mom made vegan cookies, and she left the milk and the eggs out, and he knew that they were vegan, he wouldn't eat them, even though they were delicious. Fortunately, he's not like that anymore, and he will eat vegan food for the most part. I mean, certain foods he still won't eat. If you make him a cookie, he'll eat that cookie. Not too long ago, I saw him eating a banana, and I had to take a picture because I had never seen him eat anything that healthy before. I didn't bring any with me this time. Normally I would. My parents love them, but you know, they might be weird because they got the baby over there, and you know, when people have new babies, you know how it is. Yeah, my parents live down on the back roads, which I like because it reminds me of when I was younger, but it's really nice this time of year. And I don't like living in big city. I've lived in New York City, I lived right outside of Washington, D.C., and now I live like in a kind of a middle-sized city, Syracuse. I grew up in a very small town, in a nice little neighborhood where you knew all your neighbors, and now I don't know anybody there. Right now I'm driving through like the cornfields and the farmland. I actually filmed a video here. I filmed a video here a couple years ago with Kaylee Martin, the Cowgirls in Collard Greens. And we used the train tracks, and I had her walking through the cornfield. It was pretty fun. And there's another barn, and there's a cornfield. And this is a town that I grew up in, Chittenango, New York, and it is the birthplace of L. Frank Baum, the author of The Wizard of Oz. And every year in this town we have an Oz Day parade, and We have yellow brick sidewalks and everything is Oz themed. There used to be a really cool bowling alley up here that was like kind of like a mansion, and it was called Emerald City Lanes. And I used to go there every Saturday or Sunday, and I was on a bowling league when I was little, and that's the first place that I ever saw Indiana Jones. The Oz Day Parade would happen. Well, every year, like, some of the actors from The Wizard of Oz that were still alive would go there, and it was mainly actually I think it was only the Munchkins, Corner, the Lollipop Kid, the Lullaby Lid, and they would all be there. And I remember my dad was one of the organizers. I was like, is this real or not? But I came home, and right up in my living room were all of the Munchkins from the original, from The Wizard of Oz. Is this real? Is this real life? And they all said hi, and they all signed a postcard for me. And I still have that. But that's my story about The Wizard of Oz. And we used to watch The Wizard of Oz every year. And I used to love it. And now I hate it. And I'm about to park right outside my parents' house. I'm here. Okay, correction. I guess this little get-together is going to be at my brother's house. My mom made me take her dog. So there's Molly, everyone. Heading to my brother's house, which is still in the same town, just about 5 minutes away. Hi, baby.
I'm tired. Oh. She's still eating a bottle.
So there's Josh. He's my sister's fiance, and he's making us some salt potatoes. It's a Syracuse thing. Check out my video. When I first started the Vegan Zombie, I lived here at my brother's house before he lived here. There's the baby. That's about as close as I like to get to babies. There's my dad.
Hi, I'm the dad.
He's the one that inspired me to do videos when I was little.
Yeah.
I'm vegan.
Mary Jane's vegan.
I'm vegan.
It's got it on there.
As I was saying, my mom made vegan food for us all the time when I was growing up and all these events. Well, here I am meeting my niece for the first time at my brother's house, and my mom just pulls these out of nowhere?
I have chocolate chip brownies.
Wait, what do you call them?
Chocolate chip cookie brownies.
And they are,
Vegan.
what did you used to call them when we were little?
I don't know.
Were
Go.
They were
They
Go.
were Go cookies.
Yeah, they're Go.
These are Go cookies.
There they are.
I got them. Hey.
Baby in the background. Okay, so I'm leaving my brother's now, and I ended up holding the baby, my niece, which I was afraid to do, but I did, so I accomplished that. But now I'm going home, and I'm not going to vlog on the way home because it's dark and you can't really see anyway, and I have the lights on in here. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and you'll see more videos like this and other videos as well. And you may learn something that you may or may not want to know, I guess. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next one.